Alrighty, goons, who's ready for another ZZZ Schizo Theory? I know you are, so let's jump right into it. So have you ever played ZZZ and wondered, why are there so many Thetans in this game? Well, we have full-blown Thetans like Lycon and Ben, and then we have 50% animal, 50% human Thetans, which is basically like majority of the characters in this game anyways. Let me preface this just by saying Thetan is a root from the Greek word therianthropos, which therian means wild animal, and anthropos means human. And I'm pretty sure y'all are familiar with some Greek mythological creatures such as werewolves, werebears, and even satyrs. But here's where things start to take a twist. What if I told you that the ether in ZZZ is similar to radiation here in the real world? So everyone in the ZZZ universe seems to have what's called an ether aptitude, which basically means how good their body is at resisting corruption. Just like how everybody is affected by radiation differently here in the real world. Factors can include age, gender, and even individual genetics. We are around radioactive stuff pretty much almost all the time in our daily lives. Bananas, smoke detectors, and even our cell phones, the one that's probably 1 foot away from your face right now, are all radioactive things. But the amount of radiation that these items give off is pretty insignificant, so insignificant as a matter of fact that our bodies just filter it out. Think of it kind of like this. You take a sip of a beer. You're not gonna be full-blown drunk to the point where you can't walk or anything. However, if you finish a 24-pack of beers by yourself, you may not be waking up tomorrow. Alrighty, Schizo, you brought up Greek mythology and radiation. Where are you going with this? I'm getting there. Bear with me, because I know Ben would. So ether is everywhere in the ZZZ universe, just how radiation is everywhere here in the real world. Except ether only really affects people in large amounts. That's when they turn into ethereals, right? Well, when a person gets exposed to too much radiation here in the real world, radiation basically has the ability to literally alter your DNA. Although in the real world, you won't turn into an ethereal or monster or grow an extra limb or any of that sci-fi stuff. 11 years prior to the beginning of the ZZZ game, the Hollow Zero was expanding at such a rapid pace that Eridu's, not new Eridu's, but Eridu's leadership had to make a decision and detonate the 14 Shiyu pillars, which as a result created an area in the game of which we know as the Chasm. We haven't been there yet, but it's there. This move reduced the amount of matter available for the Hollow Zero to corrupt, which is why on the left side of the map, there's way more hollows than on the right side, which is basically where New Eridu is. In conclusion, I believe all the ether that the Hollow Zero was releasing while it was expanding may have caused genetic mutations within all biological life in the ZZZ universe. Thus is the reason why Thetans exist. Look. I was overthinking about this the other day when I was trying to get better discs for Zao, and I just wanted to make something entertaining out of it. Don't call me wise. At the end of the day, this is just a Schizo Theory.